I was in the middle of a normal, easy conversation. Then money came up, and the energy in the room quietly shifted. You could feel everyone become a little more guarded. You know that pause that suddenly shows up? Everyone acts like it's fine, but nobody really relaxes. The silence says more than the words ever could. Most of the time, it's not about the numbers at all. It's about what we're afraid might come out if the conversation keeps going. And that fear keeps a lot of people stuck. What if the reason this conversation feels so uncomfortable is because it's touching something deeper than money? Maybe it's not about dollars or numbers at all. Maybe it's about what money quietly represents in our lives. Hi, I'm Bella, and this is Money Talk with Bella. This channel is a safe space for honest conversations about money and life. Because money is never just money. If you're looking for clarity-based growth, not pressure, and not perfection, you're in the right place. Today, we're not fixing anything. We're just noticing the conversation we keep avoiding and why it feels so heavy. Money has a strange way of changing the energy in a room. Even with people we trust, even with people we love, something quietly shifts. It's subtle, but everyone feels it. We joke about money, change the subject, or keep things vague. Not because we're lying, but because clarity feels risky. Avoiding details becomes a form of protection. Because talking about money doesn't just reveal numbers. It reveals fear, past decisions, and how we measure our own worth. So we stay quiet, hoping silence feels safer than honesty. I remember times when I completely avoided the topic of money, even when it clearly mattered. Not because I didn't care, but because caring too much made the conversation feel heavy and personal. Sometimes I worried that saying the wrong thing would change how people saw me. Less capable, less responsible, or less trustworthy with money decisions. There were moments I stayed quiet even when I had real questions about money. Silence felt safer than honesty, especially when uncertainty was involved. And I realized that silence was never neutral for me. It stayed in my body, heavy, awkward, and unfinished, like a conversation that never really ended. I don't think this is just about me. I think this is a pattern many of us share, even if we've never said it out loud. Somewhere along the way, money became something we learned to keep quiet about. Many of us were taught that money is private, almost secret. So we grow up comparing quietly, guessing silently, and assuming everyone else somehow figured it out. And that quiet comparison slowly turns into pressure we never talk about. When something carries this much meaning, survival, freedom, respect, it's never just about dollars. It touches identity, self-worth, and fear of being seen as less. So of course, this is hard to talk about out loud. What really makes this conversation so hard for you? Is it the fear of being judged, or the fear that someone won't truly understand your situation? Sometimes, the discomfort isn't about money itself, but about how exposed we feel when it comes up. When you avoid talking about money, you're usually protecting something important. Maybe it's your sense of competence, your pride, or the story you tell yourself about being responsible. Avoidance often feels safer than risking how others might see you. And yet, there's often a quiet part of you that wishes someone would ask, not aggressively, not to fix you, but gently and with real curiosity. Someone who would listen without rushing to judge or solve. You don't have to answer any of this right now. There's no pressure to figure anything out or explain yourself. This moment is just about noticing what showed up for you. Just notice where your body reacted. Maybe it was tightness, maybe relief, maybe resistance, or maybe silence. Your body often understands things before your mind does. Sometimes awareness is enough for this moment. You don't need to fix anything or take action yet. Just being present with what you noticed is already meaningful. Maybe this conversation doesn't need a solution today. Sometimes it just needs space, a moment to breathe, reflect, and realize you're not broken for feeling this way about money. If this felt familiar, liking this video helps this quiet conversation reach someone who needs it. Subscribe for clarity-based growth, and share this with someone you care about, because none of us should feel alone with money. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What makes money hard to talk about for you? This is Money Talk with Bella, because money is never just money, and I'm really glad you're here.